terms of Bermuda's Love, I started that in 2020, August 2020, with a bunch of other friends that are really from Elliott, Whitney, and York Academy.
So, wanted to just come and see if you guys had any questions about nature or what particularly the government is doing to help preserve or help. Yes, we got one question already.
Do you know when plastic straws are gonna?
Yes, so we talked about that last time, right? So plastic straws are by 2025, so 2 years from now, two plus years. 2025 plastic straws.
What has changed from the time that we haven't seen each other?
Ooh. So a couple of things I wanted to give you an update on. One is do many of you know that our new buses now are electric buses?
Yes.
So no more. So we're trying to get rid of all of the gas buses that transmit all of the smoke from the back of the buses. We're trying to get rid of that. Also, in the next 10, I would say about 12 years from now, we will make it so that all cars, every single car on the island is electric. So there's no more gas cars in the future.
Let's just say that this side is where people are starving and they don't have any food to eat.
And this side is the privileged side, where people are playing with Play-Doh and wasting food.
Do you know that there was about 829 million people in the world who are starving, and Play-Doh has the same ingredients that can be used to make bread.
This is so interesting.
Found you, your heart was broke.
They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine.
Mother Earth. If you save Mother Earth, you save us all.
They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my dear, and place them both in mine. You know you stopped me dead while I was passing by. And now I'm faced.
Okay? And we are standing on the precipice of change, right? So it's their generation that's, you look old too, but it's this generation that's going to create the deciding factor, whether they rise or fall, right? Because we've learned everything from history. History is his story, now it's time for their story. The kids write their own story. So when it comes to racism and slavery, what do we think about racism, guys?
Horrible.
It's horrible, it's silly, right? It's
Slavery.
And it's just ridiculous. So we were discussing that the other day, and Pax is like, so I couldn't play with Ezra? I'm like, no, you would have to buy Ezra to play with him, you know, and take him away from his mom and dad. Do you want to do that? No, we don't want to repeat the same story. But what did we learn from it? That we were all the same. It doesn't matter about your color. There's now different races, we're all exactly the same, and that's all that bitterness and all that sorrow and all that pain, the victims and the villains, they had to go through that in order for us to understand the message in the mess. And the message in the mess is that we're all equal, but in the Bible it says that we're made in his image, and in other religions as well, right? But if we're all made in God's image, we think we're God, so we've created all of this, which is coming back to bite us in the butt because we created thinking we're God above nature, above everything else, above each other. But if we're guardians, gods, then we're protectors and healers and peacekeepers, right? We're keeping the balance, we're guarding over what God has given us. So therefore, that's why we're the guardians. What else? Anything else? Oh, the light, you will like it.
I'm sure I would.
It's all about connection and taking what separates us and throwing it in the bin. And finding that one thing that connects us. And when we die, they say the light leaves us, right? And apparently everyone knew about these things, but as kids we don't see it. So we're trying to educate other kids about their night of the light. So we got these secondhand onesies and we tie-dye them and we're gonna give them away to the barn and all these thrift shops. So when mothers go and they read it, they'll know what it means. And there's a little letter that's gonna be attached. Tia, can you tell Aaron what the letter's gonna say?
Dear little ones, we hope you like your tie-dye onesies. Remember your worth, remember your value. You are the guardian of Mother Earth.
And then you put that in the barn and then someone reads it and they're like, oh my goodness, I have a kid. I need to change the world for this kid, right?
Yes.
So that's the fashion industry.
Yes.
And it also comes with a sock mouse.
Yes, we use
And the tie-dye ones.
tie-dye onesies, and then we made, because of Mousy on the Mission, the book the kids wrote about the toy that's trying to save the earth for its little girls. Then we made sock mice that we learned to sew, and then each baby will get like a little mouse, and the mouse says, what does the mouse say, Keegan?
Take your
What's kids' superpower?
love.
Imagination.
Pure love is kids' superpower because only love can make a toy come alive, and Mousy comes alive.
And I think we should name them.
Oh, you can name them.
No, the toys name. The people who have them name them.
You can name. We have all those boxes. We can put a onesie, a sock mouse.
And the name.
Yes, do you know where it is?
So how many books have you guys wrote so far?
One that has been published, and we're working on others to be published too.
Like 3 other books. We're working on 3 other books. And one is the light dragon.
Mm-hmm.
The other is the Rotten Tomato, and Mousy and the Lancer.
Chicken that box.
Alright. You enjoy it?
Yes.
Yeah, because I remember in primary school, P5, we used to, that was the only time I ever got to actually write stories that I've created myself. And I looked back and I was like, I wish I could do more of that, you know? Like create your own story, your own book. Just flow with your own imagination. It's good to, bring out that creative side.
Sorry for the sign. A lot of swimming and tennis is making time.
Yeah.
Because that's what kids like to do. They like art, they like drawing, they like writing. There's a mistake in this book and I was trying to find it, but I don't know what it is.
So what you guys have planned for the rest of the day?
Brianna is our
We have
Lead it.
PE,
oh, Auntie Jen. My friend comes from the what's it called?
Beyond Fitness.
Beyond Fitness. I'm just watching. From Beyond Fitness, and she gives the kids a workout because they're athletes.
We
Mind, body, soul, right? Be your best self.
did our first triathlon.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What do you have to do?
Swim first. You swim and then you bike and then
Swim, bike, run.
yeah. The bike is half a mile. The swim is 100 meters.
Good. You guys are good swimmers then.
And 200 meters for the run.
Goodness.
Oh, you might like this one too. a little lesson for you. So you know how it's in human nature to want your kids to be famous, to be rich, to achieve greatness, right? To be a star, right? But the sun is a star too. The only difference is it shines with purpose for all life on earth. So people like Nelson Mandela, Jesus was a sun. He rose above and beyond, you know, his needs and his what he wanted for himself, for the greater good of all mankind, right? So that's how you look for sun. So if you watch movies and stuff, you always find the people who gravitate towards being sons, and you see those who only want the material gain, and they're the stars. Yeah.
Anyone else?
This is probably the last question, but where do you see yourself and your group in 20 years?
You're old. Your name.
46. Oh my goodness.
That
Older than me.
you would be 1 year younger if you were that age right now than my dad.
Then my mom, past the mom, he'd be, right?
40.
Next one, pause.
Dad is 46, and Dad's 47. Yeah.
Wow.
7.
But to answer the question, I would say one of the main goals that I would like to see this year is we want to create a free clothing store so that anyone can come and just pick up any clothing that they might want. That's one of the main goals. Besides that, we want to create a community garden where anyone can come and have certain plots that they can farm and grow, and we want to be able to use that community garden to produce food for the public for free.
Soil
And
just.
so that's one of the other goals. Yeah.
So it's clothes,
Clothes.
Food,
It's
housing.
clothes, food, housing, healthcare,
healthcare.
education.
What are you doing with the education thing?
You have a scholarship.
Yeah, oh, the scholarship, yeah. How about you get into the education system and start changing it from the inside?
So
Huh?
yes, so we just got invited to partner with Work Academy's Human Rights, I guess, project.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing that we're hoping to start this September is to get into the school system, Work Academy, and talk about Bermuda's law, about our philosophy, how human rights to clothing, healthcare, housing, etc.
Have you tried salsas?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yes, we go to Saltus.
And then most teach salsas. And I really like what you're doing. I think all schools and all kids should know the power of themselves when it comes to planting and feeding themselves in their community. And so their self-image will change when it comes to their clothes that they wear, because you know how it goes, right? The younger you are, the more down you are, you're like, oh, look at me. My clothes define me. You know how to be more weird. This next week is going to be dressed like a god. You're doing the whole fashion industry thing. I saw your articles touch that.
Are you still the
Oh yeah.
free
I was
clothes?
like, look, this dude knows everything. We're just gonna use all the information he got. Brianna needs to.
Well, how you guys feel about all of this? Like, have you enjoyed? When did you start?
Well, since we were born, actually, so yeah.
Okay.
Just started telling. Our mom just started telling us stories, and we grew up with those stories, and then
Now
we just
we're putting
kept
them
on adopting kids into our group, and like we all just like grew up together.
And
Nia, Pax, me, Ezra, Thea, well, just a whole bunch of kids, like all my friends, they turned into guardians, and we've just been growing and growing and growing to a bigger group.
when my mom met, when Nini met my mom, we didn't have a baby. Nini was, we had a different babysitter. Her name was, we call her Auntie Brita.
Okay, we just went into random land now.
Nope.
Focus. Focus.
I'm not going into random yet.
Into random land.
And then my mom was sitting on the bench. And then Mimi saw my mom. And that's the story of how they met.
Okay.
And that's how we came to the Guardians.
So what is you guys' future? And where do you see yourselves in 20 years?
We see ourselves as, well, I see myself as changing the world with Thea, Yama, Pax, Kiki, Izzy, Madonna, everything. And seeing the world being a better place, like in movies where the world is all clean, there's no smoke anymore. And then I'm going to be trying to see this one. We're going to change the world to make it a nice, beautiful, very nice.
Good luck. And I support you fully. And if you ever need any help, or you just love me, Aaron, I'm always here, looking for whatever help you need. If you have any ideas, you want to do anything, just let me know, and I'm got your back fully. And I was saying before, if you ever feel down, if you're not doing enough, I'm always here to talk to. If you need any support, I'm inspired by you guys, and the future's gonna be good. It's gonna be great.
Future's bright, right?
Future's
Shine your lights.
Nice rhyme, Mimi.
Thank you, dude.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Aaron.
Oh, what's this? Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. This is for me.
It's for you.
And what is this?
It goes that way. It is a,
Oh,
it's the poster.
It goes with the quote from Rumi: when everything around you looks dark, it seems dark, look again, you might be the light. So shine bright.
alright, that's beautiful. Got any more questions?
No.
No? Good.
That was a good meeting, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Aaron, for everything, for
I
being
look
you.
forward to having more meetings with you.
And going to help pick up trash and collect clothing and doing our best, right?
Yes.
Yeah, if you know any moms who need stuff, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
If you know, and how many homeless people are there? And how many people need food and stuff?
So, do you know Herm, the new charity? It's a homeless charity called Herm that is dedicated to ending homelessness in Europe. And so they did a study trying to figure out where the homelessness were back last December. They found that it was about over 200 homeless at the moment. But those are the only people that they were able to actually contact. And those are the only people who, that they saw living in the street. Doesn't count those who might be bunking at other friends' houses and stuff like that. So
And the mothers, the homeless mothers?
again, I think in terms of studying, it was less homeless mothers, but I think, Teen Haven and Transformational Living Center, these are places that cater to women who have families who are homeless.
Thank you.
So they're good places to get involved with, that are trying to end homelessness.
Yes, we need to do that. It's just ridiculous. It is.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Any other questions, guys? No, thank you.
I thank you for allowing me to come
No, thank you for coming.
and learning more about you guys.
All these nice people in the world, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
As long as you love me, we won't be starving, we won't be homeless, we won't be broke. As long as you love me, we won't need silver, we won't need silver, we won't need platinum, we won't need gold. As long as you la 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 la.